This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 12, 2024. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down by 3.05 points or 0.74% to 411.85. Total trade volume was down with only 39,052 shares changing hands at a total value of roughly 209.2 million Khmer Real or around $51,000. Most stocks were down, both on the main board and growth board. On the main board, only one stock was up. Pestec Cambodia was up by 0.41% or 10 Real to 2,470 Real per share. MJQ Education and the Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority remained flat. Of the 6 stocks that were down, Grand Twins International was the biggest loser of the day, dropping 3.7% or 140 Real to 3,550 Real per share, followed by Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, down 1.34% or 200 Real to 14,700 Real per share. Other stocks down were Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, Cam GSM, Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, and Akleda Bank. On the growth board, JS Land was down 1.44% or 50 Real to 3,420 Real per share, and DBD Engineering was down 0.48% or 10 Real to 2,080 Real per share. Akleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 18,850 shares changing hands at a total value of 140 million Real or around $34,000, making up around 45% of the total trade volume on August 12th. Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 12,052 shares changing hands at a total value of 27.6 million Real or $6,700, making up roughly 29% of Monday's trade volume. In other market news, Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ announced a decrease in revenue for the current quarter of 2024 compared to the same quarter in 2023. Revenue this quarter reached 11.8 million Real, which is roughly 60% less than the 29.6 million Real recorded in the same quarter in 2023. The company announced that its operating profit and net profit are also lower, with the main reason for these revenue and profit drops being that there were no land sales made during this quarter, leading to a loss. The Khmer Real to USD strengthened to 4,097 Real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was slightly down to 103.18. Oil prices rose for a 5th consecutive session on Monday, extending gains from the previous week's more than 3% rise as US recession fears eased, while geopolitical tensions in the Middle East supported prices. Brent crude futures were up 73 cents or 0.9% to $80.39 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures rose 88 cents or 1.2% to $77.72. Several trade sources have said Saudi crude oil exports to China are set to fall in September to about 43 million barrels, citing monthly allocations for term buyers. September exports from the world's top exporter to China are estimated to slip by about 3 million barrels from a revised volume of about 46 million barrels in August, the same sources have said. Gold prices inched higher on U.S. interest rate cut optimism and brewing geopolitical tensions, while traders look to key U.S. inflation data due later this week for more monetary policy cues. Spot gold rose 0.5% to $2,442.38 per ounce. U.S. gold futures gained 0.3% at $2,481.50. European stocks and U.S. futures held steady on Monday while the yen slipped as a holiday in Japan removed one source of recent volatility and investors looked ahead to U.S. and Chinese economic data. Stock markets tumbled on Monday last week, driven by a plunge in Japan on the back of weak U.S. jobs numbers and unwinding of a highly popular Japanese yen trading strategy. Yet some stronger than expected U.S. data helped to lift fears of a global slowdown, and stocks recovered almost all of their losses by Friday. Investors were looking ahead to U.S. Consumer Price Index data for July on Wednesday, which is expected to show month-on-month inflation ticked up to 0.2% after a minus 0.1% reading in June. Retail sales data is also due on Thursday. Futures for the U.S. S&P 500 ticked up 0.1%. The index ended broadly flat for the week on Friday, recovering from a 3% drop on Monday. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 12th.